Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Eric, and I thought today we would talk about relationships and what's one of the biggest issues and downfalls of relationships today. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're just getting into a relationship or you've been in one for a long time. Money has always been a stickler in every relationship that I've known. Now, in the beginning, when you're just dating and so forth, I understand. You know, your money is your money, and their money is their money, right? But when you actually get into a commitment, and these days people are not getting married. What's up with you guys? You know, you're missing out on a lot. But even if you've been living together for a while and you've started raising kids and you have the house payment, you have the car payment, you have the lights, fuel, heating, I mean, the list goes on, right? It just seems like it's just flowing out like crazy. How do you in your home, your household, manage the money? Now, I've seen couples that have been married for years that the guy says, my money's my money, and she's working as well, and she's like, well, my money's my money too. And they somehow pay the bills. But that tells me you're not committed to that relationship. You're not committed to your partner if you're still keeping your assets, your monies separately. I mean, I was brought up that when you become married, which now is just a relationship for you guys, when you become married, the money all goes into one pot, and you prayed like hell you had enough money to cover all the bills and maybe a little extra, maybe pizza one night on a Friday night. That's just the way we did things. And you also had a little bit of slush money. You know, you tucked for whether it be a vacation or, you know, a weekend at the water park or camping, you know, something that you guys enjoy doing. That it would be hard to pull it out of the budget all at once, but if you put so much into a can every day or every week or what have you, you know, it adds up. So how do we get past the money issue in relationships? Well, first we need to define what money is. You can't eat money. You can't take it with you when you die. All it is it's a paper or metal product that you can swap, barter, to get crap you want. That's all it is. And money's gonna, if you live long enough, you're gonna have good times and bad times. And I always did better in the bad times, to be honest, because I had nowhere to go but up, you know. During the good times, you find yourself trying to hoard money because you don't want to get back into the bad days. So you're sitting there worried constantly about your assets. You and your partner need to sit down and have a good open communication about money. Now, if you're in a relationship where you're lucky enough that one can work out and afford to have the other stay home with the kids and raise the kids, if you're the one working out, do not develop this attitude that you think, well, I'm the one making the money, so it's my money. Oh, no. Not unless you're going to pay your partner babysitting fees, cooking fees, house cleaning fees. Are you getting the picture? She she's doing all this stuff, or he's doing, if it's your partner, I mean, it doesn't matter. Whoever is to home and doesn't have a job that's paying income, but they already have a job. This is the job that they took on, and it's I can tell you, it's 10 times worse than getting your ass dressed and going to work and bringing home a paycheck. I'd rather go to work and get a paycheck. Hell of a lot easier. Don't develop an attitude where you start saying, well, you don't make any money, so you don't, and you keep track of all the money. You don't allow her or him access to the money. No. The other thing is, you both need to have a little slush money. And what do I call a little slush money? I mean, just enough so in your pocket, if you want to treat yourself once in a while for, let's say, a cup of coffee, or an ice cream, or a piece of pizza, what have you, do it. It used to be an unwritten rule that you have your check comes in after all the deductions, and they had the, what the heck was it? 40-40-20 rule? Yeah, 40-40-20 rule. So 40% of that will go towards your top bills. The other 40% will go for heating, cable TV, electric, all your other stuff. Your first 40 is car and house payments. The next 40 is all the other. And then the last 20 is tuck money. And when I say tuck money, it also is slush money. So for every $10 you make, $2 don't make it part of your budget. Keep it separate. And if you have one working and one staying to home with the kids, each one of them should get $1 out of that $2 to tuck. You see where I'm going? You gotta have some play money. Going to work every day and not having a penny in your pocket is frustrating. But like I say, you two need to sit down and you need to go through the bills and find out what can we afford and what can't we afford. And then work together at that. And if there's stuff that you can't afford, that you really want or need or think you need, then find another source of income to get that. Maybe it's selling off some of the stuff that you guys no longer use, the baby clothes or, what have you. And then bringing that back into the budget to help with this. I don't recommend, because I did it, I worked 2 and 3 jobs, and I always thought, this is how stupid men think sometimes, that I was the provider, okay? I needed to go out and I needed to work and I needed to provide my family with the best of everything that we could afford. And what I wasn't, because I was young, what I wasn't thinking was the amount of time that I was losing spending with my kids and my spouse. I was just a paycheck. There you go. If I could go back, I'd settle with one job and spend more time with the kids and the wife. You can't go back. There's no time machine yet that I know of that will take you back in time. And it also reminds me of one Christmas that we had, when you're talking money and stuff. We never had a lot of money per se, and the kids would get like 2 or 3 items every year. And I went to work for a mining company, and just before Christmas they gave out bonuses on like profit sharing type thing. I'd never been around that before, And it was substantial. And I told my wife, I said, we're going to make this the best Christmas the kids have ever had to make up for the ones that weren't so great. So we did. We went out and we splurged. I mean, when it come time for Christmas Day, there wasn't hardly any room in the living room with all the boxes, the toys, and my wife and I were sitting out at the kitchen table having a cup of coffee, smiling and laughing because we thought it was a great Christmas. And we could hear the kids in the other room, and they were laughing like crazy. And we're thinking, yes, we did it. So I got up from the table, and I went in to see what they were having fun with. All the frickin' toys were over here, and they had taken the boxes that the stuff had come in, and they were playing with the boxes, and they were having a blast building forts and everything else, and they didn't care about the frickin' toys. What was the lesson learned? You don't need to shower your kids with a bunch of gifts as a way of love. Your kids, let them be kids, let them enjoy, and for one Christmas, just bring in a bunch of empty boxes and just put it in the living room by the Christmas tree. I guarantee you they'll have a blast. The toys, I hardly ever played with the stuff, to be honest with you. But you guys need to sit down and you need to figure out what's going on with the money coming in, the money going out. What can you afford? You both have to be on the same page. Because if you're not both on the same page, if you got one that's a spendthrift and the other one that's Scrooge, the one that's Scrooge is going to start getting pissed off at the one that's spending, and the one that's spending is going to start getting pissed off at the Scrooge because they can't spend because Scrooge is holding on to the money. So, I mean, you have to be smart with money. But, it's just a means to get what you need. And a lot of things you really don't need that you buy. All right, I hope this has helped some, for you couples that have been struggling with money, because, it's common in a lot of relationships that money is a stickler, and it causes a lot of problems. All right, on that note, I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching.